This is the S&P 500 Spider ETF SPY one-day reading for March 12, 2024. It's currently January 19, 2024, 2:08 p.m. Eastern Time. SPY at the time of this reading is currently $481.88. That's USD. And the shuffle video that we're about to play was created on January 8, 2024 at 6:55 p.m. Eastern Time. That's this video here in the corner. The overall theme and behavior for SPY on the 12th is a fast sudden move higher. It's important to understand that we've got significant unicursal hexagram energy here midday. It's a cross-reading congruency with the 1 month where we've got unicursal hexagram energy throughout the week. And this is like a breakout on a 1 month scale, but it turns into a significant decline the following day. So we want to be mindful of that. We likely open higher in the pre-market, or we move to a higher price level in the pre-market. And we've got this truce card here, which we've seen several times throughout the first week, kind of like coming up, appearing near highs. So maybe that we're around the same price level here. We revisited an important crest yesterday, and then today here, it looks like we may break out through it momentarily. Behavior around the high side, there's an important reversal on a multi-day scale that'll stand out near the high, and the behavior around the low, we attempt to establish support on a one-day chart scale near the low. I'm advised to trade around a rally that increases with momentum moving forward in time. And before we go any further, I want to make sure everybody's aware. If you want to get early access to all this information, it comes out roughly like a month ahead of where it comes out on the public on public YouTube, allowing for extra planning ability. It's really the only kind of analysis that you can do planning ahead with. But with that said, you can do that so here at our services, SO Meta Posts, early access to a post, click here to subscribe. Guys, we're running roughly a 98% average accuracy day after day after day, predicting the chart behavior by the hour with highs and lows throughout the day. We've been doing it for years. Just scroll back. 98% average accuracy. $29 a month, $249 for the year, gets you access to all of our public posts on YouTube way ahead of when they come out on YouTube, allowing you to plan ahead. So thank you to everybody that goes ahead and does that. Great way to support the channel. Much appreciation, and blessings to all my supporters. Let's get back into it. Okay, so if you've never seen a SO Meta analysis one-day reading before, what's important to understand is that we're timing to the hour, sometimes to the minute, and in many, many readings, it's going to be right on point. In some cases, though, the cards going left to right across the screen each represent about an hour of time. I call them timeline cards, and in some cases, not each card's energy will line up perfectly with 1 hour of time, so it's important to understand that and give it plus or minus an hour here or there, wiggle room in some cases. Paying attention to the sequence of events as predicted is the most important thing to pay attention to, because even in cases where the timing is off slightly, the sequence of events will keep you on track. So we have this prominent move higher in the pre-market, followed by a full retracement of that move, and there's an important technical price level highlighted at a resistance level around the open, where we kind of like flatten out, and it's very likely that truce price level has been the same truce price level that is then kind of appearing and reappearing. It's not necessarily the case, but here we have truce, here we have truce, here we have truce, right? It's pretty significant throughout the early part of the month. So there's a good chance that it's the same price level. To know for sure, I'd say check out one of our live sessions at 3 p.m. Eastern on like March 11th. Go check out our live, and we'll probably be talking about whether or not that price level is the same price level, what we think. We have this mixed behavior in the first half hour or so, where we at that resistance we decline, meet a key support, reverse, go all the way back to resistance, reverse, go all the way back to support, and there's likely a pretty significant decline between 10 and 11 to a trough. So two declines with an incline in between, and kind of like a channel there in that first half hour, and then we have a low between 10 and 11 at a trough, out of which there's a notable rally along a diagonal trend line between 11 and 12. We break through horizontal resistance, meet another resistance, and then we pull back to somewhere between those two price levels. And then in that midday portion, like somewhere between 11 and 1 o'clock, we have 3 pokes through the same resistance level, and then off of the third poke, there's a significant decline, likely a unicursal hexagram kind of decline there. Really difficult reading to determine where the high is, because we don't have a high correlation on the timeline cards, we have a high correlation to the theme, but the theme also doesn't have a correlation on the timeline, meaning that there's no secondary way to find a high. We have some inklings of a high at the end of the day, but that's probably where it is. But even so, there should be a pretty sharp decline here midday off of those 3 pokes, and that'll turn into a period of volatility between roughly 1 and 2, with a sharp drop that stands out in that period of volatility. The decline between 2 and 3 ends with a fast sudden move higher, taking us to a peak around 315-ish, and then from that peak we decline through multiple support, actually 2 and 3 support to meet another support, then we bounce along that support sideways a little bit before breaking down through multiple supports into a trade opportunity at the close. And I'm advised to be cautious around the close, sort of tricky chart behavior that could make you do something impulsive and do the wrong thing. Let's see if I can get any clarity on that. Yeah, the decline to the downside there is going to be kind of scary. There's probably a low. We go from like a high maybe into a low. It's possible either that or we see the low in the morning. Hard to say. Really difficult day to determine. But I think we probably have a high here, and we have a low here around the 10 to 11 o'clock hour. We have a high here around the 3 o'clock hour, and we might have another low in like the close or towards the post market. Significant trade opportunity the following day. And you can see, look, ace of discs, or excuse me, princess of discs here, princess of discs here, ace of discs, princess of discs. This is really where we're going to see like a significant trade opportunity to close it short. So here at that 10 o'clock hour, I would probably add to it. If I have a partial short, I would add to it. If we see a high around 12 o'clock in the midst of 3 pokes, I would probably add to a short. It would be a short that I started on the 11th, and I would be looking to close it on the 13th, and we'll talk about that in more detail in the reading for the 13th. And it looks like the VIX spikes pretty high on the 12th as well. We see a really notable move to the upside on the 12th. Also, I left that out. We see a really notable move higher on the VIX on the 11th as well. So definitely something going on here. The whole purpose of the channel is to transmute some of the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill. We do that by following the rule of karma for the channel. You go to the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, and 5% of the profits from every profitable trade utilizing this information should be donated forward to one of these charities, or pick a charity of your choosing, as long as you're paying 5% forward, and then 5% should be sent back to the channel through one of these links. If you're international, you can use Wise or you can use YouTube Tips, and that leaves you at 90%. Make sure to spend that 90% out of love. As long as you follow those rules, you follow the rule of karma for the channel, the universe considers you an angel investor. It's going to send it back to you tenfold for following through. But that's SPY for March 12th, 2024. If you haven't subscribed to this and you like this content, please help out the channel. Subscribe really helps out. Most importantly, though, make sure to follow that rule of karma. We are counting on those blessed souls out there to follow through. Without you guys, we wouldn't be putting out this content, that's for sure. And only 3% of the viewers really do it. So be one of those blessed souls. Without you guys doing it, who would? All right, my friends, I'll see you guys on the next one.